Ladies and gentlemen, she already shut her eyes after I laid that pipe down. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Went to sleep right after. Right. Yo, the video just started, brother. A little unhinged, don't you think? No, she already shut her eyes. I'm actually referring to the light cone that has just been revealed. The signature light cone of our favorite, what is it, precognition? Yeah, I think she does precognition of our favorite precognition character right around the corner, Xuan, the adorable pink-haired girl. Let's get into it. What about this light cone do we need to know? Is it broken? Do you need it for her? What are the pros? What are the cons? Is she going to be able to solo sustain if you don't have this light cone? Maybe you want this over her E1. Maybe you want her E1 over this. For the people who are a little bit more than a budget spender, there's a lot of questions to answer. Let's get into it. So, by the way, this is probably one of my favorite artworks out of all the light cones I've seen. That is just some beautiful artwork. They have been revealed this a long time ago, but man, doesn't it look good? But yeah, she already shut her eyes. That's the name of it. Let's get into it. 1270 HP off rip. That is the highest HP base HP threshold out of all the preservation light cones available. The second highest is 1058. Now this might not seem like much to people who don't know the formulas, but that's a 200 base HP increase. And however many HP multipliers that your character receives, if you run a 43.2% increase on her body, a 43.2% on her sphere, you know, and then you get 24% from this as well, and then you get some in the substats. All of those little multipliers, that extra 200 HP is going to take those and transform it into a much bigger HP increase on the character rocking that. So it is valuable. We do not care about attack for her. Her whole kit is going to be scaling off of HP. Defense wise, hypothetically speaking, her whole kit might be scaling off of HP. Whoa! Hypothetically speaking, if her HP scales off of God damn it. Hey, fuck it, man. 529 defense on the defensive stat. That is similar to the Texture of Memories, which is the hurt to store option for preservation path units. 529 defense is basically the next best thing, unless you have Japard's signature light cone. I think his is 590. So very good defensive scaling, which she needs, because she needs to be able to absorb and mitigate damage and, you know, survive. Most importantly, increase the wearer's max HP by 24%. That is a massive increase in HP for just a passive bonus. That's huge. And energy regeneration rate by 12%. Another very important thing. I am particularly of the belief that she's going to need an energy recharge rope over an HP percent rope. I am firmly of that belief. We cannot get into details on that. We will when she releases. But 12% energy recharge plus a 19.4% from a rope is definitely going to play a pivotal role in getting her ult up faster, so that she can gain that little stack that allows her to heal herself when she drops below 50%, and so she can heal the rest of your team, because after all, she can only heal your team when you pop her ult. But that's where this next part gets a bit interesting. When the wearer's HP is decreased, increase the damage of all allies by 9% for 2 turns. It would have been nice if that was stackable. I'm not gonna lie, 9% damage increase, it's okay. It's actually more valuable for her than it is for everyone else, because when I analyze her entire kit, the biggest weakness that just pops out, she has zero damage bonus multipliers in her kit. And because of this, she's lacking that multiplier on the formula. The damage multiplier part of the formula is absent on her unless you're rocking Rudolin Arena. And based off of the mathematics I've already done, a damage sphere percent bonus is not messing with the HP percent bonus. What I mean by this is the same thing as a blade scenario. The damage is so minuscule when you swap over to a damage percent that it's not even worth swapping over to it. I'd rather have an extra 1200 HP on my unit whose pure job is to sustain. You know what I mean? So this is, with that being said, because you're not going to rock a damage percent sphere on her, you're definitely going to want to have, this is going to provide a bit of an advantage for her kit. Get what I mean? And it lasts for 2 turns, and every time she takes damage, that just gets recycled and refreshed. So it's pretty much infinite uptime on your whole entire party. So it is nice. Now, at the beginning of each wave, this is the most broken part of her kit, but it also has a weakness. but damn is this broken. At the beginning of each wave, restores HP equal to 80% of HP already lost by the character themselves for the entire team. At the beginning of each wave is probably the most imperative part of this entire sentence, because each wave would imply MOC format. When you kill a wave, when you kill the first wave of enemies, the new wave of enemies comes in and then your team gets healed. That's how I'm understanding it. So off rip, the number one obvious weakness I can see is in boss fights, such as phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 of the Swarm disaster. This is not going to apply because there's no waves. There's no wave of enemies coming in a boss fight. So the boss fights inside of the open world, that's also not going to apply. So that is the one weakness of it. But for MOC, which is the content in the game that's the hardest, well, before Swarm released, this is going to be very invaluable to clear MOC content. Offer, if you guys can already see, you're going to have to wait and see some testing with people who have this light cone, because you want to make sure that this light cone is bringing the value I'm thinking it should bring. Anyways, the next question that comes to mind is HP equal to 80% of HP already lost by the characters themselves for the team. So does each individual character receive that 80% of her HP loss, or is that 80% of her HP loss spread across the team? That's a big difference in value, because if each individual character receives 80% of her HP loss, then that's full HP to everyone. Everyone's basically going right back up to full health. But if it's spread across the team, then they're going to get a nice little HP chunk, a portion heal, but it's not as potent as you can see based off of the scenario I just presented to you. So there are some concerns here, but overall, with all of that being explained, I still think this is a light cone that definitely raises her ability to sustain, period. Oh, if you pick up this light cone, your Xuan is 100% in the divine tier. Even if you're going up against scenarios that you can't take advantage of this second part. Her getting a 24% HP increase, the base stats up here, the 12% ER, the 9% damage bonus. Even if you can't take advantage of this in boss fights, those are very imperative stats to her for her to survive. Because that's all this is, right? You make her survive so that she can do the rest of her job for the team. So I guess the next question is, do you need the light cone? No, I don't think you're going to need the light cone. If you're still like skeptical of what I'm telling you, wait for the game, wait for her to release. I'll show it, I'll prove it to you. What I have been saying, and I've been saying this a lot, is I think for the casual player versus the player who knows the MOC inside and out, is very knowledgeable with how rotations are and how to do things efficiently. If you're a casual player, you're probably going to struggle with her kit outside of this light cone, because you don't know how to manipulate the memory of chaos as well as somebody who plays this shit all day. But with regards to meta and with regards to people who get sweaty and know how to play, this girl is meta. Her kit, because here's the thing, there's people already zero cycling without any heal or any damage mitigation whatsoever already within the game. Now granted, their accounts have a little bit more budget and their supports are incredibly tanky. We have a unit coming in that's now going to increase the survivability of your entire team and heal them a little bit to keep them alive long enough for you to get through whatever you need to get through. Now, with regards to the Swarm disaster and this not applying, it doesn't matter, because her freaking buff paired with the destruction path, spread damage across the team buff, is just absurdly broken. She doesn't need to heal anybody with those two buffs, right? So that doesn't matter. But in the MOC meta wise, we don't need somebody to heal a lot. We just need them to keep us alive long enough to get through the phases. And I think that is why I'm placing her in divine tier. She's going to do that job while also giving crit to the team, while preventing them from being CC'd, while dealing decent damage herself. I've already went over all of this. So with all of that being said, I don't think you need this light cone. But giving it to her unquestionably is going to be invaluable because of everything it offers, especially for MOC content. That's the most value it's going to bring. Now let's go into the game here real quick and let's look at some of these other options, because I think it's time to refresh y'all's memories on what I think with the other options. I personally think these are the best options in the game. This is going to be the second best after these two if you're not getting her signature light cone. This one here is going to 100% allow your Xuan to solo sustain. As I've said before, you R5 it for completely free. It has great base stats. 32% of her HP, and her HP sitting at 7k minimum. Dude, that's a fat shield, and it's absorbing the damage she would otherwise take by sharing everyone else's damage. Then while she has the shield, her damage is reduced by 24% on top of all her mitigation bonuses. She's not taking any damage with this shit on her. She's just not. Who cares about this up here? It doesn't matter. These two are invaluable. So picking up this is a huge banger. However, I know some of you guys spent your things the wrong way. Tecton's goofy ass bought a bunch of standard wishes, so he definitely can't afford this. The next best option is going to be this one right here. The higher refinement you have on this all type resistance, the better. This is a all damage reduction bonus given to your entire team, including Xuan herself, and then it makes her a little bit tankier. But this is the biggest banger value on top of her mitigation. It's huge. So that's a good one. I would use it if I couldn't afford this. And then finally, if you don't have that, this is also a really good option as well. It's basically just going to allow her to get attacked instead of everyone else getting attacked, which is good because she can just heal herself back to full health. And her getting an attack as a preservation unit is just always the best thing to go about it, because she gets more energy recharge back when you're rocking an ER rope. So if you put an ER rope on her and she's always getting hit, her ult's coming up much faster. She's getting that stack to heal herself back to full health. She's healing the party. It's a W. These are the three top picks 100% if you're not going for a signature light cone. And no, I don't think you need it. I never, ever think you need anyone's signature light cones. It's just a way to make your character that much more efficient at their job. Now, with all of that out the way, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these light cones down here, since you probably will be pulling on the banner for people who are interested. This first option right here, if you don't have, actually, I'm not gonna lie, out of all the 4-star options that are available for abundance, I actually think this is the #1 option. I think this is better than Natasha's light cone, but it's not as easy and readily accessible as Natasha's light cone, right? But if you get this, it's a banger. I'm not gonna lie. 16% effect resistance at S1, bro, what? And it's so, like, broken keel is so prevalent for a number of teams. 10% crit damage bonus given to the entire party. So getting this enables you to only need 4% effect resistance built into your sub stats. I can't tell you how many times I'll be stressing about effect resistance right now because I don't have this light cone. So if you have this, man, and you get more copies of this, oh my God, dude, you get outgoing healing based off your effect resistance thanks to this. I'm telling you, this is a banger abundance light cone. It's a strong option. Now this one right here, it's going to be a niche scenario. This is what I currently use on my Imbiber Lunae, because I told y'all I wasn't going for the Fall of Eon because I wanted to save my resources for that light cone I just mentioned to you guys. Texture of Memories for Xuan. But now I'm actually on the fence of getting her signature light cone, by the way. We'll come back to that. This is good if you have it at S5. If you don't have it at S5, it's all right. So if you get a bunch of copies of this and you get it at S5 and you happen to be one of the people that don't have the Fall of the Eon Destruction light cone, then this is a good option for you to use on somebody like Imbiber Lunae. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. But other than that, if that's not the case, this whole kind of booty cheeks, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm only using it because it's a resource efficiency for me. Finally, down here, best in slot light cone, I believe, for a Fire MC Trailblazer who is on a Kafka team. It's just an extra dot. It's also making him a little bit tankier. I like it for him. Maybe another Fire Trailblazer or Fire Preservation unit will come around the corner where you can also take advantage of this. But I think this is pretty niche as well. I honestly can only see myself using this on the Fire Trailblazer. Maybe you can use it on March 7th. I don't know. But that's my thoughts on these. This is the #1 value out of all these light cones. This is good for Fire Trailblazer Kafka team. And those are my thoughts. Oh, we can go back. The reason I want to get the signature light cone for Xuan is out of all the light cones I've seen, the only L I really took in terms of skipping was Genuine's light cone. Genuine's light cone is just cracked for every Erudition unit. It is still the most ridiculous light cone in the game. But Xuan's light cone just elevates her ability to sustain to another realm. So I'm on the fence about it, and I've never pulled for anyone's signature light cone, so I might end up picking her shit up. Maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens, because I still have my my resources over here. I still got 16 of these puppies. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up this video, guys. As always, I hope I brought y'all some good insight, some information that you can take with you and help you with your decision with regards to what you're gonna do with your Xuan. Peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. I will be streaming later on tonight at 11 p.m. CST at twitch.tv/GachaSmack. If you want to come check out, we're still getting our ass kicked with Arlon trying to clear the World 5. So yeah, come on in and give your boy some support. But take care. I'll catch y'all on the flip side. I'm out.